Hey there guys, so this is a bit of a Vanguard 0 update, and as you can see, um, some weird things are happening. Now, I imagine a majority of you who will see this video are probably in the loop about this because you're part of the online community, but it's possible that some of you who are seeing this won't be, you won't know. So basically what happened this morning is following the maintenance, a huge number of the player base has been banned. And I should say, it's from everywhere, right? Like, so obviously you can see here, I was banned, but if you, I mean, you scroll through your Twitter. This is my profile. It's probably not going to show up there, but I saw, you know, uh, pretty big players who for a fact aren't cheating or anything and being banned here. I can't find it, but like I saw Andreas was banned. He ranked number one last season. Funfragger or Sasha, he was banned, and he streams the game, so you can kind of see basically everything he does. You can see Different Fight here did a poll, so we can get some sort of indication off of this. Well, there's obviously only two Different Fight followers, but you can see here it's 50-50, right? So as a general rule, if you run any kind of service, any kind of game, anything like that, as a general rule, banning half of your users is not a smart thing to do, generally speaking. And it's just a good way to piss a lot of people off. So what happened? Well, there are theories. Initially, people said, "Oh, they just banned all the VP farmers," but there's no way to check if someone's VP farming because the way the game appears to work is it doesn't really the log doesn't reflect anything. Jesus Christ, people are yelling. The log doesn't really reflect any sort of way for you to tell the difference between someone who's sitting there manually going end, or someone who is auto clicking it. And additionally, Gamestudio tweeted out. We'll go on Vanguard 0. Um, we'll see that they actually said that at this time they weren't going to do anything about VP farming. Now, it is, I think it's a fair assumption to say that that at this time means, not in the next 3 days, which is sort of here. So yeah, this is this is this is what they're talking about. An automated system that bans players from using illegal mods and other means of cheating is also in the process of being implemented. This is what has caused the mass banning, and it's pretty incredible. Because they said that auto clicking is fine. You can see here. I can't find the tweet. You take my word for it. They said auto clicking is fine. So basically, they just banned half player base. Now, what happens here? So, firstly, if you're one of several different groups of people, you should be very, very annoyed. You should not be taking this sitting down. If you've spent any money on the game and you've been banned, you should be really pissed off. If you have spent any money on the game and you haven't been banned, you should be really pissed off. Okay, why is that? If you spent money in the game and you're banned, I think that's fairly self-explanatory why you should be pissed off. If you haven't been banned but you spent money in the game, you've got to just consider the implication here, right? That if these guys are going to implement this kind of bot with clearly not very much testing, and if they're just going to do it again, you're kind of just at the mercy of Gamestudio here, and their support is non-existent, right? Like you send an email form, you'll maybe get a reply in 2 weeks, right? So, you having spent money on this, your money is now at risk. At any point, they could just go, "You're done. Your account's done. We suspect you're cheating." They don't have to justify it at all. They can literally just go, "All right, banned," and you just might not get your account back. Now, that's, to an extent, for people who've actually spent money, it's kind of less of a big deal because you can get your money back. And how do you get your money back? Well, all you need to do is, and I'll say this to basically anyone who this has sort of, maybe you weren't having a huge amount of fun with the game, and you're kind of like, oh, maybe do I want to keep playing? Well, I've invested this much time and money into it already. If you aren't satisfied with whatever compensation package comes from this, and there will be, and I'll come on to what I perhaps think it should be in a little bit, I would say contact your the Google Play Store or iTunes or whoever you've spent the money through, and just request a refund, and you'll get it. They'll probably permanently ban your account, because that's what all gacha games do nowadays after you request a chargeback. But I mean, you got your money back, so you don't care, right? I would say if you're a player who was, and I know several people in this situation. I know a dude who was in the top 30 and who was grinding really, really hard overnight, basically until he went to bed to be able to hit that top 10. And he set an alarm for the second maintenance ended. He was like, he was ready to go. He was aiming for that top 10. Bam, account banned. Now he can't get that top 10, so he's missing out on those rewards. And he probably would have got those rewards. I think it's it's a pretty fair assumption to make that he stood a good chance of getting those rewards, and now he's not going to get them. So, and that's basically going to apply for anyone who was close to the top 10, close to the top 3, close to top 3, close to third, second, or first. It's going to apply to anyone who was close to top 100. It's going to apply to anyone who was close to top 1000. It's going to apply to anyone who was close to Legend 10, to Legend 20, to Legend 30, or to Legend 50. It's going to apply to all these people, because they have just missed out on something that they're not going to be able to get again. There is no way that these people are going to be able to get that Dragonic Overlord promo in SP or in normal art. So, I mean, that needs to be dealt with. That needs to be resolved. And that all of these people should be very, very pissed off if they were banned. Because it's bloody hell. Because it's just not, and it's fire alarm, lovely. Right. Anyway, so yeah, that's something that it's not acceptable. So what's the compensation here? Well, the first thing is, I think they just need to reverse and just unban everyone banned by this bot, and just need to seriously rethink this bot. There's no, trying to do this on a case-by-case basis when it's looking like it's affected half the player base, extrapolating Chris's numbers. But even if we don't, even if we assume that population of 500 is everyone who was banned, which is, still ridiculous, evaluating 500 players on an individual basis is just a lot of work. Just unban everyone and take a closer look at your bot. Right? So what should they give us? In my opinion, I've played a lot of gacha games. I've never seen a fuck up on this level before. I've never seen a gacha game accidentally ban half its player base. That is uncharted territory for me. I've seen big fuck ups. Don't get me wrong. I've seen huge fuck ups, but they're never even close to this level. So, what should the game do? Well, I think first thing is you want to restore faith in the player base that if something like this happens again, so now this is going to be in the back of the player's mind. So you want to restore faith that if it does happen again, it'll be dealt with quickly. So as I said, you want to unban everyone now, literally now, before I finish recording this video. You want to have everyone unbanned. The next thing is you want to have a gesture of apology to all the players who are affected by this in terms of that ranking reward that I said. And the way you should do that is just give everyone one level above the tier they were at in terms of rewards for the promo cards. You should definitely give them that. Now, I don't really know what's fair to do with the special banners and the cosmetics, but that only affects the top players. So perhaps they're not close enough for it to make a difference. I didn't actually check before reset. That's something I can't categorically say anything about. But for everyone else, if you've currently got 0 Dragonic Overlord SPs, you should have 1. If you've currently got 1, you should have 2. If you've currently got 4, you should get an SP. If you've currently got 1 SP, you should get 2 SPs, and so on. You get what I'm saying, right? What would be very nice of them is if they just gave the whole player base a playset plus an SP. That would be very nice, and that would be something that I'd be like, okay, all right, okay, Gamestudio, perhaps I'll be getting close to being on your side now. The other thing they need to do is they need to be very, very generous in however many packs they decide to give us for this, because they have to give us packs for this. That has to happen. If they give us 10 packs or less, they're taking the piss, and you know, the lower you get below 10, the more it's just spitting in the face of your players. I'm not gonna lie, if they give us like one pack for this, I'm probably just gonna open all my packs and just uninstall the game. I'm not interested in playing a game where if they ban me and they ban half the player base, all they do is turn around and go, well, sorry, because you know, this is a relatively easy to fix issue. If there's some sort of serious issue that affects me far more significantly, and this is all I can expect, I'm not interested in playing. If we got 20 packs, I still think they'd be being a bit stingy. I'm not gonna lie. I would say like 50 packs is the boundary of like generosity, where at that point like, okay, they're really sorry about this. Like they're something they're genuinely trying to, you know, hope that we don't start mass charging back and mass reviewing. Right? You've got to. If they gave us 100 packs, I'd be like, okay, all right, fine, Gamestudio. You admit this is a colossal fuck up. But like 50 packs, and I'm like, okay, fine. These guys admit that they've screwed up massively. And the reason I'm asking for so many is because you got to understand, you know, like it's not as if they're giving us guaranteed triple rare medals here. I could still open 20 packs and get absolutely nothing from it. And then I'll be like, all right, well, sick, cool, thanks. So I lost out on all this stuff, and all I get in exchange is 20 shafts. Lovely, great, right? Alternatively, if they gave us like, you know, 10 or 20 packs plus they introduced that medal, the guaranteed triple rare medal, and they gave us 4 of those. Now that would also be very, very adequate compensation. In fact, I would argue that would be better than the 50 packs. I would happily take 10 or 20 packs plus the playset of those. 100%. That would be great. So, yeah, that's what I think they should do for compensation. Now, if you're really, really pissed off about this, what should you do? You should write a bad review on the Play Store. Or iTunes. And personally, I'm gonna wait and see what the compensation is, and if the compensation is bad, I'm gonna leave a scathing review because they deserve it. And that's the only way the games that they're ever gonna listen. Developers only really listen to their review score. If their review score starts going down towards like a 3-star thing, they're gonna make some changes. So that's what you should do as a community. All right. So that's basically the situation. That's what I think is going to be happening, and I will probably make an update video as and when we know what the compensation is. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.